design. And secondly, for those who are already into their board games but haven't yet played Civilization and are curious, or people who aren't sure how things work, this should hopefully be a kind of a how-to-play guide. So, while these videos are going to be intended as a series, there is no reason that you can't dip in and out, just focusing on the bits you're interested in. I'd recommend that anybody who's a first-timer with games or just doesn't really have any experience to watch the whole thing, as it'll make a lot more sense. The example I'm going to use is Sid Meier's Civilization the board game, designed by Kevin Wilson and produced by Fantasy Flight Games in 2010. The Civilization series as board games goes back as far as the PC games. An 80s design, made in 1980, marketed in 1981 by Avalon Hill, the now defunct games company, was the first that I'm aware of, and since then Eagle Games produced one in 2002 that was very lavish, but ultimately fell flat. In 2010, Fantasy Flight Games and Kevin Wilson, in my opinion, produced a perfect representation of the Civilization gaming experience. Civilization sits in a family of games we call 4X games. Each of the X's is something that you must do in order to be successful. Explore the game world, expand into it, exploit the things you find, and if somebody stands in your way, exterminate them. I'll teach you how to do all of these things in good time, but there's a lot to get through, so we must start, of course, right at the beginning of time. The next video is going to be all about the basics of the game, what to expect, and how to win. And I hope to see you then. Thanks for watching.
Burns has everyone out to his beautiful cabin just outside Calgary, just west of Calgary, maybe only 40 minutes outside Calgary. We all get together, we play this game here. I'm going to show you the second called Advanced Civilization, very easy game. Takes the entire weekend to play, Friday through Sunday. So let me just show you this year's game. So this year, unfortunately, we had only 10 people show up. Originally, we were going to have 12. It can absorb 18. So that blue thing right there just shows you everything on this side of the board is not playable. So we're restricted to this side of the game. It's just the eastern part of the game. And let me actually just go quickly to where I'm the Dravidians over here, the yellow pieces over here. So let me tell you a bit about the Dravidians. First of all, I'm not doing that well. There's sort of two packs of players. There's a 4 at the top, 4 in the middle, then 2 at the bottom. I'm sort of in that pack in the middle. I fluctuate between the bottom and the top of it. But at the moment, I'm, you can see from right here, for the moment I'm on the middle of the early Iron Age. But as you can see, there's already 2 of the empires who are in the late Iron Age. And, you know, I've got a few advances here. You know, my people, you know, they're literate. They got mathematics, so that's good. And then I just recently got politics, which is pretty good. I got some politicians there. Mysticism, mythology, and that's drum and poetry on the bottom. Sculpture, rhetoric, architecture. And that, so, as you can see, I've got a lot of the arts. You know, the blue is the arts. I've got a lot of the arts, a very artistic society. And then, you blinked and I knew it! Agriculture and pottery in terms of engineering. Okay.
You played one card?
I just want to take an example. The Morians are doing very well. You can see they have a lot more in terms of advances.
Yeah. So if we fail,
the Morians right next to me.
The brig? I sound so happy about that, Charles. Okay.
So early in the game, I start off, and there's a civil war that happened right up here.
Okay.
So half my empire kind of fractured away from me. I actually spent about 9 turns trying to get that straightened out. The longest civil war I've ever seen. And just when the civil war was over, I got hit with iconoclasm and heresies. So my empire basically split into a religious war. And so I haven't had.
If there's 3 bad cards in there, somebody's fracking toast.
But anyway, so the leaders right now. That's
to me, the cards are here.
Okay, it's true. 9 for 2. 3, 8.
Joe's turn.
11.
So,
Is he going to call another 3?
well, I believe Joe is the one that just rolled the dice.
Oh, Joe rolled the dice.
Yes.
Oh, okay. I thought you just did this one.
So, Usinis is 2 rolls away.
Wow.
He has Herbert.
And remember, Justina started in 4th position. He was the only person who didn't choose his turn.
No, 2 roll because he has got 5. Yeah, I 1 chip for 2 roll, then I have to walk for 1 for 2 rolls. Otherwise, he won't get it. He must come between the. That's right. You give him what? The ball chip.
Well, somebody is saying here that unless Joe steals the longest road, Justinas is going to win on his turn. So is he grabbing for a road? It looks like it, you ladies and gentlemen, even two. And the settlement is ahead of that, or no? Which way does it go?
Hello YouTube, this is Jen Rummy Meister. Some of my fans out there requested that I open up a booster box on camera. So what I'm going to open up for you guys is a base set booster box. And this is actually different from most other base sets because this was actually made in the UK. And it actually has a copyright of 1999-2000 Wizards. I don't believe that a base set booster box like this has ever been opened before on YouTube, so this will be pretty epic. I've actually been working on this set for a while now, and it's going pretty good, but I still need a few cards from this set. So please thumbs this video up. So we're going to start out with the Charizard pack. You can see that, and it's actually got the sticker on it too. And let's see if we can read the side there. Maybe not. Let's go ahead and open it up real fast. Go ahead and look at this first card here, Rattata. See the copyright on that. Yeah. Very special set. This is the one I'm trying to complete right now. We've got a Rattata, Onyx, Ghastly, Abra, Drowsy, Double Colorless Energy.
Oh good, the mic's on.
Dratini.
So I'm going to give you a quick run through of how a game designer thinks about gamification, and rather than arguing about what's good and bad about it, I'm just going to give you an approach and some smart tips for doing a great job applying gaming principles to whatever it is that you're working on. I did a slight revamp of this talk, and I'm going to talk specifically about building sustainable social systems, which is part of gamification. This really comes out of my background. I'm a social game designer. I've never worked on a single player game. I worked on games like Rock Band, worked on the multiplayer web-based aspects of The Sims, and I'm currently working with companies like the New York Times and Netflix to apply gaming principles to what they're doing. But I'm also a musician, and so a lot of my approach comes out of my personal experience playing and creating multiplayer experiences. Gamification, as we know, has a lot of different faces. It can look like Nike Plus, it can look like Chore Wars. There's no one right way to do it. There's no one right approach or way to make it happen.
Every time we meet an obstacle, we use creativity and ingenuity to overcome it. The cycle is inevitable, but will the outcome always be good? How often have we chased the dream of progress only to see it perverted? More often than not, have the machines we built to improve life shattered the lives of millions. Technology offers us strength. Strength enables dominance, and dominance paves the way for abuse.